Welcome to Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
Check, check, check. Check, check.
Check. Now we do.
A little bit.
You just hear a little? You can't hardly hear me?
No, I can hear you all right
Okay.
now.
Well, don't say a little bit if you can hear me.
It's not clear, though.
Well, we're on.
Okay, we're here at Dick Sparky Haller Field where the Jackson Ironmen are ready to return to action, and it is against a Frontier Athletic League foe in the Greenfield McClain Tigers. And with me is Dan Morrow, my partner in crime here. And Dan, for those of you who have not really kept up with the Jackson Ironmen, they are rolling. They, matter of fact, have not lost a game this year. 16-0 as they come into this one, and Greenfield comes in 4-9 with a 2-6 record in the conference. And every game is a big one in the FAC, and every game is big when you're 16-0.
Well, it's getting crunch time within the league, and this is an FAC game, Pete Wilson, so this is a very important contest. We are trying to stay that half game ahead of Miami Trace, and just think about this. Miami Trace let one game get away from them earlier in the season that they sure wish they had back. I think was it Hillsborough was their one loss that beat them. And Miami Trace is right now standing 14-1, but they are 6-1 in the league. So we cannot afford to stub our toe here. This is a Greenfield team that is 4-9 overall, and as you said, 2-6 within the league. But stranger things happen. As Coach McGraw has said, this win streak the Ironmen have had, which when they finally won the 14 in a row, which we think tied for the longest ever in Jackson, and now they've beat it by 2 games. You just don't do that in baseball. There are just off nights when pitchers don't pitch well, hitters don't hit. But the Ironmen have held it together. They've won close games. They've pulled away and won some games by some margins, but they stand here at 16-0, trying to go to 17, but more importantly, go to 7-0 in the Frontier Athletic Conference. 10-0 last year, won their last 2 games the year before that. So as that win streak, they're trying to keep that alive. That's quite an accomplishment to do that within league.
Absolutely, and Greenfield has come in and talked to their coach a little bit before the game, and they lament the loss of games because of weather. Of course, that's affected everybody, but they've maybe lost a couple more than the Ironmen have. The field over at Greenfield does not drain as well as Haller Field, for instance, does here. As a matter of fact, Jackson was supposed to play at Greenfield on Monday night on the regular schedule. They knew they couldn't do that because of field conditions there. They were going to play here, and then bus problems on Greenfield's end, and it ended up raining last night anyway. So instead, we'll be going to Greenfield tomorrow night for the return game,
which will be a big game also. And then the big game is this Friday, and it's at Miami Trace. So Coach McGraw having to do a little bit of planning ahead this week, especially on the pitching staff. The Miami Trace game is going to be a huge matchup, but somehow he's got to beat Greenfield tonight and tomorrow night to get to that game at Miami Trace and hopefully still have that half-game lead in the Frontier Athletic Conference. FYI, before we're starting, the umpires and the head coaches are talking to each other now. We'll soon break for the Star Spangled Banner. But Jackson, as we said, 6-0 within the league. Miami Trace is 6-1. The only other team with a winning record in the league is Chillicothe at 4-3. Washington Courthouse 3-5. They have lost some tough games. 2 one-run games to us, 2 two-run games to Miami Trace. That's a pretty good 3-5 team in the league. Hillsborough 2-6 and Greenfield 2-6.
All right. Well, the Ironmen, I guess if you're analyzing it a little bit, certainly a senior team, they've had some intangibles, but you look at the pitching depth. Jackson has had no games this year where, the pitching has just been horrible and the other team has scored a lot of runs. So you give yourself a chance automatically there. And we'll see some pitching depth tonight. Eli Ray will get the start tonight. As you said, Dan, Coach Josh McGraw has to look at pitching over the next 5 or 6 days on how to line it up, and Eli will get a big chance tonight in a conference game. We're just about ready for the national anthem here. Teams lining up along the sidelines, umpires at home plate. So we will take a break, and we will be back in 2 minutes with the start of this FAC game between the Ironmen and the Greenfield McClain Tigers.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironmen Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we're back here at the Stockroom 601 pregame show, and we're about ready to turn into Jackson Ironmen baseball. The national anthem, of course, just played, and teams heading back to their respective dugouts for the start of this game. And Jackson with a little bit of a different look in their starting lineup because of the pitching situation. Eli Ray does get some action in, normally not a starter in the starting nine. With him on the mound, a few changes there. Gavin Jones is over at first base. That's normally where he is when he's not pitching. Noah Ernst, as always, behind the plate. Tucker Williams over there at second base. Shortstop always is Ryan Simons. Easton McGraw at third. In the outfield, in left field, it'll be Bodie Wolford. Sometimes he's in right. In center field, as normal, is Nolan Johnson. And over in right field, Garrett Legg gets a start over there. He has had worked through some injury problems this year, and sometimes has played first base, second base out there in right field tonight.
Eli Ray on the mound. Pete Wilson, he's had some good outings this year for Coach McGraw. This is a big opportunity for him to get a start here at home against an FAC opponent on there. As you know, Eli has been a starting cornerback for the Ironman football team for a couple years, but really kind of coming into his own as a pitcher for Coach McGraw and this baseball team.
Right, and speaking of the weather, always a potential factor. Pretty comfortable out here. A little on the chilly side today, but it's warmed up about 65 degrees here at first pitch time. Do have a little bit of a wind blowing out and towards right field. About 11 miles per hour, and it gusting a little bit at times beyond that, so that could be a factor a little bit. But right now, partly cloudy skies and the sun, not a problem for that right fielder or that right side of the infield right now.
Sparky Haller Field is in amazing condition for as much rain as we've had over the last 3 or 4 days. Looks great out there.
Absolutely. Once again, we were talking with the Greenfield coaches, and they weren't sure that they'd be able to play tonight. Some still water standing on their field. We are scheduled for there tomorrow night, so hopefully we'll get that in. Stepping in for Greenfield is their leadoff hitter, Connor Chandler, the second baseman.
We've got some stats for Greenfield. Connor Chandler is their highest average player. He is coming into tonight's contest only a freshman, batting .500 on the season.
Eli Ray throws a strike, and Chandler does not get it, so the first pitch is 0-1. Pitch is low and away for ball one. Looking ahead, Jackson will be, as we said, at Greenfield tomorrow night. I'm not sure who Coach Josh McGraw may pitch there. He'll play this game and then take it from there on his thought process. Next pitch, the Eli Ray. Nice pitch on the outside corner, strike two. Jackson will be off, as far as I know, on Thursday. Then that big game, as Dan mentioned, at Miami Trace on Friday. Wouldn't be surprised to maybe see Gavin Jones tabbed to pitch that game, but we'll see. And that is hit out of play to the right side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ironmen will play here on Saturday, and it's kind of a big game, even though it's non-conference. Athens leading right now in the TVC Ohio. They will visit, and it will also be senior night, or senior day, I guess I should say.
That's an 11 o'clock first pitch, but come out for that when weather looks like it's going to be pretty good once we get through today.
And Eli Ray takes something off of it and disposes on Connor Chandler. So good start for Eli Ray as he strikes out the leadoff batter.
Yeah, our next chance at home will be Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. They're going to honor a great group of seniors on this baseball team.
Right, and I tell you how important they are. Seniors are always important. Every one of them starts. Here is Hudson Lovett, the shortstop. And that pitch is a fastball over the outside corner, letter high, called strike one. Dan said field looks pretty good. You can tell that, you know, it's recovered from some rain, but looks pretty good. I understand the outfield in pretty good condition, too.
That's where we get a little bit of sogginess out there.
That is it, hit in the air. Second baseman goes back. Tucker Williams got it. So quickly 2 outs here in the first inning, a strikeout and a pop out. And here is the number 3 hitter and the pitcher, by the way, Cohen 6.
He is their other outstanding hitter, probably been their best hitter, has a .389 average, Pete, but he leads them with 14 hits and he leads them with 12 RBIs on the season, also 3 doubles, so very potentially a very good hitter.
Right, a lot of coaches at any level like to have the best hitter in the leadoff spot. Ryan Simons has it, not able to pick it up, drops it. 6 is safe at first base.
That was hit right up the middle. Would have been a really difficult play because 6 moves down there pretty well. Cohen 6 also is their top hitter, I would say, in the lineup. He's also pitching tonight. He has 3 wins of the season, so of their 6 wins, 3 of them are him.
Here is Hunter Peabody, the third baseman and cleanup hitter. 6 gets a lead off first base. 2 outs, 1 on, and that is a fly ball to deep left field. Bodie Woodford going back, center fielder going back, and it cuts in between him. Cohen 6 is chugging towards third. He's got to round and stay right there. But Hunter Peabody hit a deep one, split the left and center fielders back there. He is standing on second with a double. 6 is over at third, and Greenfield threatens here in the first inning after the first 2 were retired.
That's Peabody's 3rd double of the season, but he turned on that one nicely and hit it, you know, to deep left center field. If anything, the wind was behind it, and it landed right at the base of the fence. No run is scored yet, but that was quite the shot.
Well, and that falls on the shoulders of Carson Chandler. Yes, he is the brother of Connor Chandler, the leadoff hitter. He is the catcher. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch, nice pitch over the outside corner, strike 1. Big moment here early in this game as Greenfield, the underdog and visitors, have 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs right off the bat here in the first inning. Pitch is low and away, ball 1. Good stop there by Noah Ernst. Remember, we do have a runner down there at third base. Greenfield hoping to break through here in the first inning against the Ironmen. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Stays up high, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nice pitch, strike 2. Chandler let it go by. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Eli Ray a strike away from getting out of a jam here in the first inning. Stretches and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. I believe it was a foul tip, and Ernst held on to it. So in the first inning through Greenfield, no runs, 1 hit, 1 Jackson error, 2 runners left on base. At the end of the first half inning of play, the Greenfield McClain Tigers 0, the Jackson Ironmen coming to bat. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we're back here in the bottom half of the first inning. The Jackson Ironmen coming to bat in a 0-0 game as Eli Ray got a big strikeout after Greenfield had put runners on second and third. And in the top half, or in the bottom half of the first inning, it'll be Jensen Green, not out there defensively, even though he can play about any position you want. He is the designated hitter today. He is hitting in the spot where Eli Ray is as the pitcher. Then it'll be Ryan Simons in that familiar number 2 position. Nolan Johnson in center field third, and if anything goes, Gavin Jones will get the bat, the cleanup hitter at first base.
See, Cohen Six is the pitcher, and he has Pete coming into this one, and we appreciate Greenfield. They do a good job putting their stats online. He has a 3.61 ERA. He has, as we said, 3-3 on the season. He's been their main starter, and he has half of their wins as far as a starting pitcher.
Well, probably you would deduce from that he might be their ace.
I would think so, and normally you throw that ace in that first game of the 2-game series. Tonight it's here, tomorrow night it's at Greenfield.
Well, I took a quick scan of Greenfield's schedule and their scores, and they've had more of a problem scoring runs than giving up runs.
Yes.
So our men will have to work at it here, and they're going against perhaps Greenfield's best pitcher. Jensen Green will start it off. Bats left, and he tries to put down a bunt and instead fouls it out of play for strike one.
You know, we saw 3 nearly perfect bunts last time we were doing a broadcast here, and the grass isn't going to be any thinner than it was then, Pete Wilson, so that might be part of Coach McGraw's game plan once again.
Third baseman pulls up just a little bit. He's on the edge of the grass. 0-1 pitch. Nice curveball called strike 2. That was a real slow curve that came in through the back door. Strike 2.
Ironman need to time this young man up. I was watching him warm up. A lot of slow curves in there. If he can mix in that fastball.
That's high and away, ball 1. Yeah, if you know you can throw that curveball for a strike, it makes that fastball, especially located well, all that more effective. 1-2 pitch to Jensen Green. Outside, another fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Jensen, great speed on the bases. Good leadoff hitter.
Been a good overall player. Can do a lot of things. Slow curveball just missed. He really takes a lot off his curveballs.
He does, and Jensen watched that one all the way back to the catcher's glove. That was a good eye on his part. He's got the full count now.
3 balls and 2 strikes, and that is a line drive to center field. Center fielder coming over. Got it.
Boy, he hit that hard.
Green did hit it right on the nose, and the center fielder, give him credit. He got a good jump on the ball and made a fairly easy out there, and that was Colton Lamb out there in center field for Greenfield. Here is Ryan Simons, the shortstop, number 8. Over the letters for strike 1 to Simons. Ironmen going for their 17th win in a row. Amazing, but true. And that pitch is fouled out of play. Is there going to be a play? No, the first baseman goes over, but it's well out of bounds. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes.
Pitcher's got ahead of the hitters so far.
And Cohen 6, I tell you what, the number matches his name. I don't think that's probably a coincidence. 0-2 pitch coming. Curveball took a little bit off it, but stayed just a tad high for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Greenfield outfield very deep, infield back as well, especially on the left side. And that is a high fly ball to left field. Left fielders coming in, and it drops in foul territory over there. Thought it was going to go a little bit farther than it did. And as it was, the left fielder could not get there, but foul. About 6 feet foul. So the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Simons. One-two pitch coming, and that's a ground ball. Third baseman, nice backhand, long throw across the diamond. It's high. Did they get him over there?
Went past him.
No, the ball got by the first baseman, and Simons was running hard and couldn't make the turn, and the ball didn't get that far away. So Simons is on with a single, we'll say. It was going to be a very close play down there. The third baseman made a great backhand stab.
Made a great backhand stab, but threw it high to the first baseman. The first baseman tried to make the catch in a tag, but the ball went over his glove and back to the fence. But Ryan's on first, 1 out.
I think they had a chance to get him with a good throw, but the throw was high, and Simons was able to just beat it out there. And then, of course, they dropped the ball over there anyway. So we'll give Ryan the benefit of the doubt on that one and say that's a single. Nolan Johnson, the center fielder, up, takes ball 1. Simons gets a lead over there, and ball is just a little bit high to Nolan. Goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
2 juniors lead off the order for the Ironmen, but 4 seniors coming up next. And as we mentioned, senior day is Saturday, 11 o'clock. Athens comes to town. Kind of a battle, let's say, of the FAC Tri-Valley Conference hookup. I remember that same thing last year. Always one of the best teams in the Tri-Valley, and we are also right there in the Frontier Athletic Conference.
Strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to Nolan Johnson. Outfield playing Nolan Johnson deep as well for good reason. He's got good pop. And that pitch, I believe did it hit him on the ankle?
Yep.
Okay, Simons will go down to second, and on the hit by pitch, Nolan Johnson gets a free pass down to first base, and
last game
on.
we broadcast, they felt like they were throwing at Nolan the whole time. He got hit by a pitch, but was ducking back continually. And once again, there was one. I think it caught him maybe right in the hip area there. He tried hard to get out of the way.
Nope, that was definitely skip rope territory and could not quite get out of the way. Here's Gavin Jones, the first baseman. 2 on, 1 out for Ironmen. Now they've got a chance here in the bottom of the first to break through. Slow curveball is in there for a strike.
That was a nice curve. Came in on the inside part of the plate. Gavin comfortably likes to watch that first pitch come by, just I think to take a look at it.
That pitch is a little bit high, ball 1. Yes, he often takes that first pitch no matter what. Kind of measuring things a little bit. Hasn't seemed to harm his batting average.
No.
1 ball and 1 strike to Gavin Jones. Here's the pitch. A little bit high, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
We say it every game, but it should be said he is the reigning Frontier Athletic Conference Player of the Year, batting cleanup for us, and has been our ace from day 1 this year.
Right, having a similarly excellent season this year. And Simons is running the throw down to third. He is safe down there. Close play. The throw was low. The third baseman tried to put the tag down, but Simons safe on a stolen base. It was a double steal on the back end. Nolan Johnson's down there at second.
That's a nice job by Ryan Simons, because that's actually a very good throw and tag, but Ryan just beat it out, not by much, but got the job done.
3 balls and 1 strike, and there's a line drive into center field. It drops in there. Simons scores. Here comes Nolan Johnson. He scores, and Gavin Jones has done it again. 2 RBIs on a line drive single to left center field.
You know, Pete, in our first 4 batters, we've had 2 hits, a hit by a pitch, and the 1 out, Jensen Green just tattooed that one right at the center fielder. So we're swinging the bats pretty good so far here in the first.
Noah Ernst, the catcher, is up. That's one of the reasons Coach McGraw likes to play a lot of games if he can. He'll try to reschedule in their called strike line. He'll try to reschedule ones that are postponed, and he'll even add games on off days. If he can, he believes that really helps the hitters. The more practice they get, especially helps the hitters, the more experience.
Yeah, this spring, weather-wise, has been a very hard thing to guess at. A lot of teams have missed games. I mean, we are playing our 17th game. So far, Greenfield's only got 13 games in, so they got a whole bunch more if they're going to try to reschedule.
Curveball gets away from the catcher, but not far enough, so Gavin Jones stays down there at first base. Don't know how many RBIs Gavin has, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's our leader in that category.
Oh, I think he definitely is.
That's what a cleanup hitter is supposed to do.
Yeah, a couple of the last game we did.
And there's a line drive right at the shortstop. Oh, my gosh. Did Noah Ernst get robbed or not?
He hit that same way Jensen Green hit his, but they were right at the defenders.
Tucker Williams, the second baseman, comes up. Of course, he is one of the Ironmen's top pitchers. Pitch to Tucker, stays high, ball one. We understand dealing with just a little arm soreness. They're not going to take any chances with him. He is not expected to pitch until next week. But the Ironmen have already shown they've got pitching depth with
Eli Ray,
guys like Eli
Bodie
Ray,
Wolford. They've done a
Wolford.
great job.
Absolutely. And of course, Ryan Simons has been very great in a kind of like a savers role, a late inning role.
Very much so. We even saw Easton McGraw was pitched in a couple innings. So Ironmen have some arms.
Absolutely. Pitch to Tucker Williams, and
Wow.
that is scolded. That's down the left field line. Left fielder cuts it over, picks it up quickly, gets it back in, and Tucker Williams will settle for a single. And I tell you what, the Ironmen are tattooing that ball right now.
Tucker turned the corner too much at first base, and they threw back in and got him off the base because the lead runner, Gavin, had to hold up because it was right to left field even to see if it could be caught or not. So Tucker gets kind of thrown off and makes the out after a really solid hit.
Right. Good alert play by Greenfield. I was looking away and didn't even see that happen, but it does get Greenfield out of the inning. But the Ironmen do break through with 2 runs on 3 base hits. There was 1 runner left on base. There was no Greenfield errors. And at the end of the first inning of play, it's the Jackson Ironmen 2, the Greenfield McClain Tigers 0. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball you're watching and listening to on the Total Media YouTube channel.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thettelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over at Low Rock Bottom Presses, one of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built manufactured homes in southern Ohio, with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel, hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
Hurry down to Stillhouse Rock. You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we go to the top half of the second inning, and Dan, we want to thank some very special supporters. They're the reason we're here.
Really enjoying the spring. Pete Wilson not only getting to do an undefeated Ironman season up to this point, but how about that girls softball team? And for the first time, we've got to do a handful of broadcasts for them. But how about Howard Hanna, the McNerlin Network? Thank you. Chad Niddle, Edward Jones, Ohio Valley Bank, Brian Moore Construction, Dan Daly State Farm Insurance, Monroe Collision, Osborne Equipment, Ramey's Homes and Automotive Group, Vinton County National Bank, JCHD Search, Ohio Valley Bank, Top Tier Customs, Stock Room. They do our pregame and postgame, Parks Edge, and the Telegram. Thanks to all of them.
All right, well, here in the top of the second, Colton Lamb, the number 6 hitter, leads off for Greenfield, and Eli Ray's got him in a quick hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Ironman leading 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. And that pitch is hit to right field. Right fielder is going over, and it falls in front of Garrett Legg. And so a looping single there for Colton Lamb to lead off the second inning.
That one had eyes, just kind of hit off the wrist and just over the infielders and in front of Garrett Legg on that one. So their leadoff hitter is on.
And Alex Perry comes up. He is the designated hitter.
As you said, Eli did a great job pitching out of a little bit of difficulty in that first inning.
Fastball was away for ball 1. Well, the Ironmen, Dan, I had him for 3 hits in that first inning, but it could have been more for sure.
Yes, every hit was hit hard.
It was, the ball was, they were scolding those delivery from Cohen 6, and that is fouled behind us for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to Alex Perry. Spelled P-E-R-I-E, but spelled like, or sounds like the Perrys we have here in Jackson, P-E-R-R-Y. Runner's going, swing and a miss. Noah Ernst throws down there.
That was close.
Yeah, just safe. Simon's put down the tag, but that just did give time for the runner to get in there. Very
got a
close play.
really good jump, and Noah Ernst got out quickly there, but had to throw on a one bounce. Had to release it probably a little quicker than he wanted to, and just about got him.
Count is 1-2 to Alex Perry. Swing and a miss as he goes after a high fastball and does not get it. That's out number 1. That is the second strikeout for Eli Ray. And this will bring up Easton Airy, the first baseman.
Runner in scoring position. Jackson finds themselves with a 2-0 lead. Had 2 in the bottom of the first, but Greenfield trying to get one back.
Runner at second with 1 out.
Oh, they had the pickoff play, but now the throw goes past Simon. It's into center field, and that'll advance the runner to third.
All right. Looks yet for a second there. I thought, oh, look, we got a pickoff, and then the kind of a delayed throw there by Eli Ray. And when he did, he threw it down in the dirt, and that got through to the outfield. And so an error by the pitcher is going to allow Colton Lamb to get over to third base. So now the plot thickens a little bit as Greenfield now has that first run that they want to get so badly down at third base and only 1 out.
Second inning in a row, they've got a runner to third. We'll see if Eli can pitch his way out of this one again.
Count is no balls and 1 strike to Easton Airy. Pitch coming. Nice pitch on the outside corner, strike 2.
We're going to guess Easton is the coach's son. Coach Airy, Coach Donnie Airy is the head coach at Chillicothe.
0-2 pitch coming. Fastball high, about nose high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down low, nice block there by Noah Ernst. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So many little things Noah Ernst does and makes it look easy. It's not easy when you have to dig those out of the ground there a little bit and keep that runner on third base staying there.
Ernst, one of the best in the high school in this area. Swing and a miss. He had him reaching a little bit for that pitch. I think that was a foul tip,
It was a foul tip.
That Ernst held on to. That's not as easy as it looks either.
That's 4 strikeouts now here in 1 2/3 inning. 2 outs, that's a biggie.
And this is the number 9 hitter, Matthew Cummins, the right fielder. Pitch just a little bit low, ball 1. Ray, 4 strikeouts, no walks in his second inning of work. Once again, working under duress in that there is a runner in scoring position. Nice pitch, another fastball in there. Eli Ray looks like he's
looks comfortable, doesn't he, on the mound?
Yeah, no, very, very calm out there, working quickly, throwing mostly fastballs. And then that's another one that is fouled back to the screen. And he's got the number 9 hitter in a 1-2 hole here as he once again tries to get out of this inning with no damage. One-two pitch coming. Down low and away, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch coming. Just off the outside corner, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming here. Runner at third, 2 outs. Here it comes. Just off the plate, ball 4. So the inning continues, and Greenfield now has 2 runners on base, and we'll go back up to the top of the order in Connor Chandler. He was a strikeout victim in the first inning on a swinging strike.
Two Chandlers in the lineup. They are brothers. Second baseman in the catcher.
And that pitch is a little inside. He swings at it and fouls back at the screen. Just barely got a piece of it for strike one. Runners on the corners. We'll see if Greenfield's doing anything with that runner at first. Oftentimes, you know, you try to get him to second and just dare the catcher to try to throw him out with that runner on third. Often they don't throw through. Pitch coming. Took something off of it. Stayed high. Ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ray working quickly. 1-1 pitch coming. Right back up the middle. It's off Ray's glove. It's going to, everyone is going to be safe. Ray put his glove out, deflected it, and it went into kind of no man's land there. Tucker Williams picked it up, but not in time for any play at any base. And as a result, Greenfield scores its first run of the game. The Cummings goes to second, and on with a single is Connor Chandler, and he gets credit for an RBI, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. Hudson Lovett comes up. He popped up to the second baseman the first time. That pitch is away for ball one. Nice fastball down the heart of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Greenfield's got 2 runners on base still, and they have chopped it. They have half the Jackson lead down to 2-1 now. Pitch. Oh, nice block there by Noah Ernst to keep the runners where they are. Pitch was low and away in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Hudson Lovett, the shortstop. That pitch is high, ball 3. They throw down.
Behind him.
The pitch was high, but nice stop there by Simons. He went high in the air to keep that ball from going into center field. The count now is 3 balls and 1 strike, and another ball, and we've got the bases loaded.
A little bit of work in our bullpen. We see Jensen Green down there warming up.
Pitch is high and away, ball 4, and the sacks are loaded. I think we're gonna get a visit to the mound, and we are. Matthew Cummins.
I think if Eli is doing anything, he's maybe overthrowing just a little bit, and I guarantee you that's what Coach Williams is going to talk to him about.
I think you're right. He, you know, trying to put a little bit extra on the ball to get out of the inning. Coach Morgan Williams out there doing a little coaching, a little calming down.
They have in this inning 2 hits and 2 walks. They have that first run in, but with the bases full, and you've got your number 3 hitter up there who has been their best hitter this year. He leads them with 12 RBIs. A dangerous spot here.
He hit a hard grounder up the middle that Ryan Simons got to and couldn't quite make the play on. We called that an error. So he's already, you know, hit the ball hard in his first at bat.
He's their pitcher, so it's pitcher versus pitcher right now.
And there's of course, nowhere to put him.
An opportunity for Cohen 6 to really help his cause.
Ray looks in, throw over to first, and that does get by the first baseman. And in to score, Greenfield has tied the score, and that is an error there. Ball got by the first baseman there. In to score is Cummings. Over to third is Chandler. To second is Hudson Lovett, and that, golly, Dan, I don't know. It's an error on somebody.
Yeah, it's a tough call because the throw over wasn't that far off, but was right into the runner as he was getting back to the base, so it gets through Gavin and back to the fence.
Well, an error nonetheless there. I'm going to say probably on the first baseman, but I know they'll review that, you know, on the scorebook and so forth. But the score is now 2-2, and the bases are still third and second. Pitch to 6. It stays up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Greenfield has bounced back to tie this game 2-2 here in the top half of the second inning.
Cohen 6. As we mentioned, probably their best hitter. First base is open, so a walk isn't the end of the world here.
No, that's right. Good thought. inside ball 2. But remember, Hunter Peabody doubled his first time. He's up next.
To the base of the fence in left center field.
He's a cleanup hitter. He's in that spot for a reason. Count is 2-1 to 6. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there to even the count at 2-2. Big pitch coming, 2-2. Up high, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Over in the Greenfield dugout, they're standing up, excited right now with their team rallying here on the field of the undefeated defending champion Ironmen. They've already tied the score 2-2 here. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss.
That was big.
Pitch might have been just a tad high, but it doesn't matter. It's a strikeout. Number 5 for Ray. It comes at a big time. Greenfield, though, does bounce back to tie the score. They had 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 Jackson errors mixed up in there, and there was 2 runners left on base. So in the middle of the second inning, we now have a tie ball game. It's Greenfield McClain 2, Jackson 2. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom presses. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel. Hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
Hurry down to Stillhouse Rock.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Jackson comes to bat here in the bottom half of inning number 2, and it's a 2-2 ball game. Jackson with 2 in the first. Greenfield bounces back with 2 of their own in the top of the second, aided by 2 Jackson throwing errors in there that allowed Greenfield to advance on the bases. As a matter of fact, the 2 errors, that's how Greenfield scored their runs as far as being able to advance and score, came on throwing errors in the infield. Here is Bodie Wolford, the number 7 hitter, leading off for the Ironmen. There's a ground ball. Third baseman cuts it off, throws across the diamond and got him. Good thing the third baseman got that. If he didn't, it'd been a heck of a long throw through the shortstop, but he did get it and made a nice throw through the first out. Here is Easton McGraw, the third baseman.
7 batters have batted for Jackson. 3 of them have had hits, and the other 3, one was hit by a pitch, the other hit the ball hard. So we're hitting the ball, Pete. We've just hit him right at him.
Pitch to Easton McGraw is up a little high, along with Nolan Johnson and Tucker Williams, one of 3 valedictorians on this baseball team. There are 8 altogether, Dan, 3 of them on the baseball team.
And 6 seniors in the starting lineup.
Definitely senior day will be a good celebration.
Yes, it will.
For the Ironmen, 6 of them. And that pitch is fouled out of play to the right side. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And regardless of tonight, they've all 6 made a little history here in Jackson baseball with the best start in the history of any Jackson baseball team.
Absolutely. 16, amazing. Swing and a miss, took something off that pitch. That was one of 6's off-speed pitches. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And we will be here Saturday for seniors.
Curveball called strike 3. And 6 gets a strikeout. 2 up and 2 down here in the second inning. And here is Garrett Legg, the right fielder. In there for strike 1. So Garrett, or rather Cohen 6 coming back good in this inning after getting hit pretty hard in the first inning. And that hits Leg on the shoulder. I'll tell you what, you actually get the hit by pitches a little bit more with a breaking ball pitcher. And when that ball does not break like they want it to, that is the second hit by pitch. Of course, not Tucker Williams, rather Nolan Johnson got hit in the first inning, and he did come around to score.
When you got a right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter, that curveball has started out right at you anyway. Some of them haven't curved.
Here's Jensen Green. He hit a line drive that the center fielder tracked down to lead off the game for the Ironmen. Curveball, called ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Ironmen trying to get something going with 2 outs here in a 2-2 ball game, bottom half of inning number 2. Pitch is called strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch is outside this time as he tried to get that outside corner again, but missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ironmen go to Greenfield, weather permitting tomorrow night. I believe the weather forecast is favorable for that game. Nice pitch over the heart of the plate.
I think weather's supposed to be pretty good the rest of the week.
Okay, have a chance to get some more games in for the Ironmen as they move towards the end of the season and the tournament.
North of us had a ton of rain today, but it kind of missed us a little bit.
And he gets him on a curveball, fooled him, had him out in front. So 6 gets 2 strikeouts in the inning and retires the side with a hit by pitch sandwiched in between. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 2 innings, it's the Jackson Ironmen 2, the Greenfield McClain Tigers 2. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media YouTube channel.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christchurch in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000 to have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to Egg My Yard.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we go back to the top half of the 3rd inning here in a 2-2 ball game, and we do got a pitching change out there. Jensen Green, who started the game as the designated hitter in the number 1 spot where Eli Ray was. Ray has been taken out of the lineup, and in there now is Jensen Green. And yet another position for Jensen Green. We've seen him at catcher, pitcher, second base, first base, and right field.
And Leighton Camp.
Maybe third base, too.
Leighton Camp will be out in right field now for Garrett Legg. So a couple changes for Coach McGraw. We are at 2-2 as we're approaching the top of the 3rd inning. We've seen Jensen play most positions, Pete, and we understood he is a very capable pitcher. This is just the first time we've got to see him here at Sparky Howard Field.
Right, and Garrett Legg has just moved into the infield. He's at first base now.
Interesting. Gavin Jones is out in the bullpen, warming up a little bit there. Does that tell you how important a game in the Frontier Athletic Conference could be? And I know Coach McGraw doesn't want to go to Gavin if he doesn't have to.
We'll see how Jensen Green does.
First pitch for Jensen, good curveball, but not called a strike.
No,
just misses. Must have been a little low.
Look good.
Hunter Peabody up, the cleanup hitter.
There's a bouncer up the middle, and it just has a C9 bouncer split Williams and Simons. got by the pitcher.
Peabody now 2 for 2 in the contest. Hit that double to the left center field fence in his first at bat. There's a single right up the middle, hit right over his second base. Simons had a good jump on it, couldn't quite get to it. Next hitter is your catcher, Carson Chandler. He struck out his first attempt up, and the first pitch by Jensen is a strike. Overcast day here at Sparky Haller Field. Little breeze going out to right center field.
Actually warmed up a little bit as the day went on.
Good.
Not too uncomfortable.
Curveball by Jensen and a swing and a miss to quickly get ahead 0-2 on the count. Greenfield certainly has had plenty of base runners in this contest, Pete.
Yes, they have. Low bridge.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2 your score. Very big Frontier Athletic Conference here. Greenfield tonight, at Greenfield tomorrow night for this Ironman baseball team. That pitch is a little low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out yet, runner on first. The pitch is fouled back right at us into the net. 2 balls, 2 strikes still. Carson Chandler, your catcher and hitter for Greenfield. Jensen takes a look over toward first. Now the pitch is hit hard to left center field, and that will fall in there for a base hit. Quickly brought back into the infield by Nolan Johnson, so the runners just advanced to first and second. But back-to-back singles, nobody out yet. And Greenfield threatening to take the lead in this contest as Colton Lamb, the center fielder, comes up. He had a single in the second inning, had a stolen base, scored a run.
Took a long look at the third base coach and wonder if they might bunt here.
That bunt is attempted, but it is fouled back against the net. No balls, 1 strike.
Greenfield playing maybe to advance those 2 runners and then see what happens.
Runner on second, so Easton McGraw can't come in too far to challenge the bunt. That is bunted out again, but the pitch is low and outside, so it gets a 0-2 count. Jensen Green, the righty, facing the righty. Colton Lamb, and there's a swing and a miss. The catcher picks it up. They throw back to second. Now down to third. They've got a runner and a rundown, and they chase him down. Easton McGraw puts the tag on him.
Good play by Easton McGraw, the way he played that. Ran the runner back to second, so he wasn't going to try to get the third, and then of course, had his eye on the runner at first, too, but the key was the runner on second, of course, and he's tagged out in the rundown.
Boy, what a break for the Ironmen. It goes down basically as a double play as they get the lead runner in a pickle there on the strikeout also. Nice job by the senior third baseman. 2 outs. Alex Perry up, and that pitch is outside. Greenfield starts the inning with back-to-back singles, but the double play, the strikeout tag out was huge. There's a foul ball, the right field side, out of play.
And you know, the good part about that, I mean, it was good all the way around, but the runner, the trail runner didn't get to second either.
No, still on first base. 2 outs, 1-1 count. Jensen Green's curveball finds the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What do they say? The double play is the pitcher's best friend?
Yes, and we've seen a handful of them this year by our Ironmen here at Sparky Haller Field. We've only seen the home games. That's 3 or 4 times. There's a foul ball. Back to the screen. Still the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Umpire getting reloaded up with plenty of baseballs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Jensen Green, the pitcher on the mound. Just outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was his fastball. That pitch is a touch low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's missing close, Pete.
Right? Yeah, Jensen Green took a step towards the dugout.
Yeah, I think he thought it looked good.
He was excited.
Run on first, 2 outs, full count. Alex Perry, the DH. Jensen looks him back on first base. Garrett Legg was not covering first, so I'm sure glad he didn't throw.
All right. Always look before you leap.
Greenfield dugout making a lot of noise. Runner running and a swing and a miss. And Jensen Green gives up 2 singles to start the inning, pitches his way out of it. So after 2.5 innings of play, it is your Jackson Ironmen 2, Greenfield McClain 2. We'll be right back in 1 minute with more Jackson Ironmen baseball.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Bottom of the 3rd inning. We got a good one here at Sparky Howler Field. It is Jackson 2, Greenfield 2. Ironman scored 2 in the bottom of the 1st. Greenfield answered with 2 more in the top of the 2nd. Now the Ironmen, top of the order, not quite the top of the order, but the second batter, Ryan, second, 3rd, 4th, and 5th are due up. Ryan Simetz, who had a single in the 1st inning, came around to score 1 of the 2 runs for the Ironmen. He's going to lead it off for Jackson here. Still facing Cohen 6, the pitcher for Greenfield. First pitch is a strike. That pitch is high and outside. Jackson has hit the ball, but they've hit it right at some of the Greenfield defenders. Simetz trying to get us started here. Curve ball. Does he go? First baseman says he did not. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good looking curveball, but just missed a little bit. Simetz was right to look.
Good discipline, Ryan. Decided to stay off of it. The 2-1. That pitch is a little outside. 3 balls, 1 strike.
6 is definitely he's going to mix in about 50% breaking balls in his assortment.
His best pitch, obviously, his go-to pitch is his curveball. That pitch is a little bit low and inside. Ryan Simetz does what we like to see, and that's lead off this bottom of the 3rd inning with a walk. Good base runner. Nolan Johnson coming up. He got hit by a pitch, one of the 2 batters that have been hit tonight for the Ironmen. Nolan scored a run, one of the 2. He scored the other run for the Ironmen. That's curveball, catches the outside part of the plate. He tries just to set up the fastball just enough to set up his curve. That ball is fouled right back at us in the screen. 0-2 count on Nolan. Gavin Jones on deck. Throw over to first. Ryan's back easily, but he does have to dive back. There's a swing and a miss. And the strikeout of Nolan Johnson brings up Gavin Jones. Has the biggest hit of the contest for the Ironmen. A solid line drive hit to left center field that drove in the 2 runs for Jackson. Pete Wilson, it's election day. You get double duty after this broadcast. You go right to work. People listen on 96.7 as Pete will bring you the election returns.
Right, be joined by Jeremiah Shaver and Red Thompson Jr.
That's a dangerous threesome.
Right, well, that's what we have. No, it's light ballot, but some important things. City income tax in Jackson. Telecommunications levy in Vinton County, state issue 2 statewide. So our goal is to bring you that information quicker than you would have got it otherwise.
How about this? If you haven't used your right to vote, you still have time.
7:30 p.m. the polls close. Our broadcast begins at 8 p.m. on WKOV. We'll report every 15 minutes and stay with it until we know the results.
You guys always do a great job of that.
We enjoy it.
Pitch to Gavin Jones. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. One out. Ryan Simet's on first base. The pitch. That's a curveball. Stays a little bit inside. 3 balls, 1 strike to Gavin Jones, our cleanup hitter. Drove in both runs in the first inning for the Ironmen. That's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Simon's still over there at first base, trying to get a little bit of a lead. Track probably not as fast as it would be normally because of the rain.
Throw over, though, just to keep Ryan honest. This time he doesn't have to dive back in. Gets back easily. Jensen Green pitched a very good inning there, Pete Wilson. Score tied there is a ball hit to left field. Left fielder backing up. He does get underneath it and makes the catch. Gavin turned and hit it pretty solid. But once again, we hit it to where the fielders could make a play. So that's 2 outs now.
Left fielder was playing deep already, so that helped him.
Noah Ernst coming up. Noah hit a shot to the shortstop, but it was right at him for an out in that first inning. There's a curveball, slowly coasts over the inside part of the plate. 0-1 the count. Opening walk by Ryan Simets. He's still there on first base. 2 outs. Catcher Noah Ernst at the plate. That pitch is inside. That pitch is a strike. Fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Don't know whether we mentioned it yet, Dan, and all the talk, but Greenfield, very young team, 5 freshmen on the team. I believe 4 of them start.
Yes. There's a ball hit high in the air. The center fielder should have a play on it. He camps underneath it and makes the catch. So the Ironmen, nothing here in the bottom of the 3rd. They had a leadoff walk, but the next 3 batters, Cohen 6 gets out. So after 3 innings of play, it is your Jackson Ironmen 2, Greenfield McClain 2. We'll be right back with the top of the 4th in just 1 minute.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Top the fourth inning in a 2-2 ball game, and the Ironman coach McGraw pulling out all stops as he's got his ace out there now in Gavin Jones. Will take the mound. Got 2 innings from starter Eli Ray. Got a very good inning from Jensen Green. And now, top of the fourth inning, it's going to be what would be our 1A pitcher. He likes to say 1A, 1B because Tucker Williams has been so solid in the second spot for the Ironman this year, but Gavin is our number 1. 2-2 game, and a game the Ironmen do not want to lose here at home as they hold the half-game lead in the Frontier Athletic Conference over Miami Trace. We will play Trace on Friday night at Miami Trace, and next Tuesday, put that one on your calendar, folks, Miami Trace comes to town. They are 14-1 on the season. Be two of the top teams in the district playoffs coming up.
Sounds like a showdown to me.
First pitch by Gavin is a swing and a miss. First batter up is Easton Airy, be the first baseman. He struck out his first time up. Next pitch is a ball, 1-1. The count to Airy, the leadoff hitter here in the fourth inning. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gavin, truly a marked man in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Everybody will remember he was the player of the year last year, and there's a foul tip right back over our heads. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right-handed Gavin Jones coming at him, and that's a curveball for a called strike. Good start by the senior. That will bring up Matthew Cummins. Cummins did a heck of a job in the 1 inning. He bats 9th in their order. He worked himself for a walk and then scored 1 of the 2 runs. That was all their damage has been done in the 2nd inning. First pitch is a strike.
Tell you what, if you try to measure Jones and look at too many pitches, you're going to be behind in the count because he throws strikes.
Boyd and Cummins turned on this one to left field, but Bodie Wooford, it's kind of right at Bodie, as has happened with the Ironmen, a couple of their best hits. But he hit the fly ball. Bodie camps under that, makes the out. That's the 2nd out of this inning here in the 4th. Thought for a second Bodie might run in a bit, but he took a couple steps back and made the catch.
He was in the right place.
Leadoff hitter Connor Chandler, the 2nd baseman, struck out his first time up, but had the RBI single. Drive in 1 of the 2 runs for Greenfield. That first pitch is a curve on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Boy, Greenfield has had a ton of base runners in this contest. There's a curveball just outside. At least 2 base runners in each of the first 3 innings in each inning. That pitch just a touch low. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on. That pitch a little bit low. 3 balls, or 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Called it a strike, Dan.
Oh, 2-2, okay.
Yep.
I thought it looked low.
Quick fist pump by the umpire.
And there's a curveball. It's hit up in the air. Center fielder coming in quickly. Ryan Simets backs up, and he's actually the one to make the catch. And they get the leadoff hitter out. So it's 1-2-3 for Gavin Jones here in the 4th inning. So we'll have more Jackson Ironman baseball here on YouTube, Total Media Sports. We certainly appreciate their efforts.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Pretty quick moving baseball game down here at Sparky Howler Field. Not been a lot of scoring. Ironmen pick up 2 in the bottom of the 1st. Greenfield picks up 2 in the top of the 2nd. Bottom of the 4th inning here, Ironmen coming to bat. They had a little bit of a meeting on the mound out there. I call it, Pete, right in front of the dugout. All players were around Coach McGraw and Coach Williams and talking this over, maybe reminding this team how big a contest this is, being a Frontier Athletic Conference game. Ironmen hold the slimmest of leads in the league. They are 6-0 on this season. Miami Trace 6-1.
Well, in this amazing 16-game winning streak, one pattern that the Ironmen have had is that they tend to score more late in the games to either win the game, even come from behind, or put an opponent away. We'll see if that starts to take place here in the 4th inning for the Ironmen in this 2-2 game. We're halfway through.
Senior second baseman Tucker Williams fouls the first pitch back. He hit a shot down the left field line, but got caught in basically a rundown on the base path after the Ironmen did score 2 in that 1st inning. Tucker will be followed by Bodie Wooford, Easton McGraw, Garrett Legg. See if the Ironmen can get something going. It's quickly no balls, 2 strikes to Tucker. 0-6, still on the mound for Greenfield. That ball is fouled straight back over our head.
6 once again relying on that curveball. Hey, we want to tip our hat to one of the men in blue. The umpire out on the base is Tom McNerlin from Jackson County. 39 years of umpiring baseball and softball.
That ball is hit high up in the air. They will have a play on it in the infield. Catcher getting under it. No, and he drops it, and he's in fair territory. A little bit of a break for the Ironman as the catcher just looked like he lost it in the sky a moment. He finally dives for it across the third base line, goes off his glove. It's in fair territory, and Tucker is on first base. It'd be an error on the catcher, but we needed a base runner.
Right.
That works out.
I tell you what, Dan, an error on the catcher, but maybe a mental error on the team.
Third baseman
the
should
pitcher
have,
or the third baseman could have taken that ball.
He wasn't far from the catcher. It's such a tough play for a catcher to make.
It is, and the ball, unfortunately, also through Greenfield, blew into fair territory. So it isn't just a missed opportunity on a foul pop-up. You've got a base runner on.
Bodie Wooford at the plate. Watches the first pitch get called for a strike. Tucker Williams, good base runner, gets a decent lead over there at first base. Bodie, ground ball down the third base side, quickly gets behind with a foul ground ball, 0-2. I think Bodie'd like to have that one back. Just mistimed it a touch. The 0-2 curveball hangs up there high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Williams on first, definitely a base running threat. The throw back over to first. Tucker dives back in. One of those valedictorians you were talking about, Pete Wilson. Three of them out there for Jackson.
Jackson batting .375 on valedictorians.
That ball is popped up in the air. This time the pitcher is going to try to make the play, and he does. Right in front of the, about halfway between the mound and home plate. Easton McGraw coming out, up, still runner at first base. That's Tucker. Easton struck out his first time up. Garrett Legg on deck. Easton a senior, Garrett Legg a senior. There's a curveball low and in the dirt. Catcher keeps it in front of him, so Tucker does not advance. Quickly into the bottom of the fourth inning in a 2-2 game. Throw back over to first. Pitcher very aware of Tucker over there on first base. Tucker dives back in. That pitch is high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch is low. 3 balls, no strikes. Normally you'd come with a fastball, wouldn't you, Pete? I look for him to throw that curveball. Like I said, I think it is his top pitch, or his favorite pitch by far.
McGraw would have to get a really good one to swing here.
Nope, he went fastball on the outside part of the plate. It is a called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 to Easton is outside. He draws the walk. The Ironmen have 2 runners on. First and second base, Garrett Legg, senior, right fielder, and then now first baseman. Started the game in right field, went to first base. While they let Gavin Jones warm up in the bullpen, now Gavin on the mound. Garrett will stay on first. 2 on, 1 out. 2-2 the score. First pitch is fastball, strike. Tucker Williams at second. Easton McGraw on first. Garrett Legg at the plate. That pitch hits him right in the back. That's the second time Garrett has been hit. He turned, hit him right in the back shoulder there, but all of a sudden now Jensen Green is up, 1 out, and the bases are full.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time through the lineup.
Also the 3rd batter for the Ironmen that have been hit by a pitch. Coach McGraw is going to get a pinch runner, I think, out there. Garrett Legg is running toward the dugout. We'll see who the pinch runner option is number 13, Braden Mannering. We've seen him in this role before. He is out at first base. Doggone, Garrett's got to be a little sore, Pete. Get hit 2 times.
That was a fastball.
That was a fastball and got him right in the shoulder. Jensen Green up. He really crushed it the first time up, but was right at the center fielder. Struck out his second attempt. He's got the bases full now. First pitch is a ball. Jensen steps out, takes a time for a second. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. Jensen swings and misses. 1-1 the count.
Big batter right here, Dan. Bases loaded,
yes,
1
it is.
out.
Yes, it is.
Green.
And the Ironmen have the bases loaded and no hits in this inning. They've got on by error, walk, and a hit by a pitch. So you need to take advantage of this.
Right, no hits at all. Just Greenfield helping them out with the base on balls, the hit by pitch, and the
Jackson
drop ball by the catcher.
Hasn't had a hit since the first inning, Pete.
Nope, they have not. See if we can change that.
Cohen 6, the pitcher, coming at Jensen Green. That one's low. Catcher keeps it in front of him. 2 balls, 1 strike.
6 struggling just a little bit with location.
The Pitch, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Came with the fastball. Jensen had a good cut at it. See if we can drive it here. Bases are full. The 2-2 pitch. Ball is grounded, just foul down the first base line. It was hit slow enough, it would have got a run in had it been fair. Certainly want to get that go-ahead run at third base in. It's Tucker Williams, the senior, down at third. The 2-2 pitch. That's high, 3-2. The count is full. There's nowhere to put Jensen, so I'm sure Cohen 6 is thinking he's got to come over the plate with this. Jensen batting from the left side. Sun coming out.
In the background, the gray, menacing-looking clouds, but that's not the way the weather usually comes. So
take a peek at the right fielder. He has a shadow now, which we haven't seen many shadows. That means the sun could be a little bit difficult out there. Bases are full. Catcher ran out to have just a word with his pitcher. Full count, 1 out, bases full. Junior Jensen Green in there. And that curveball is a ball on the inside. That is a very big walk by Jensen Green. That wasn't far off the plate, Pete. Great decision there by Green to stay off that pitch. Run comes in to give the Ironmen the 3-2 lead. Yeah. And Ryan Simetz back at the plate, still bases full and 1 out.
Well, even 3-2, he came with his money pitch, and it didn't miss by much. We'll just say that.
No, it did not.
To his credit.
Ryan swings and misses. He's had a single, has scored a run, walked his second time up. They haven't gotten Ryan out yet.
Jensen Green gets credit for the RBI without taking the bat off his shoulder.
The 0-1 pitch. That ball is fouled back past, well, it gets over here on Street. Ryan Simetz quickly 0-2. Bases are full. Opportunity here for the Ironmen. That pitch is low. It gets away from the catcher. Here comes Tucker. He slides in and he's good. I'm sorry, it's Easton McGraw. And the pitch gets away from the pitcher. Both runs score. What an opportunity for the Ironmen. That was Braden Mannering, who was the pinch runner. He scores also. Nice bit of running by him. Easton McGraw gets in there, beats the pitch, the throw back from the catcher to the pitcher. That throw gets away from the pitcher. Braden Mannering just keeps running, and the Ironmen score 2 runs
to take a
on that
5-2
opportunity,
lead.
And Jensen Green ends up on third base.
Still no hits to the Ironmen.
2 walks, an error, a hit by a pitch. Catcher seems to be banged up a little bit. Jason Crawford walking out and talking to him. Trainer deluxe for the Ironmen. Best medical staff a high school could possibly have, and he's a big part of it. Coach for Greenfield questioning a little something with the home plate umpire, but 2 runs score on the wild pitch, and then an error. Would you say the error from the catcher to the pitcher, Pete?
Right. The second run definitely scores on an error, and the other one scored on a wild pitch.
Simetz still up there, and he hits the ball deep to center field. Too deep. The center fielder cannot get to it. It's all the way to the right center field fence. Ryan Simetz with a huge double, and that scores another run for the Ironmen. Simetz with the RBI. And the Ironmen have scored 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning on just 1 hit. They have taken advantage of a couple walks, a hit by a pitch, an error to the leadoff hitter. And Nolan Johnson up at the plate.
Still only 1 out.
1 out. Simetz at second. Nolan Johnson looks at a ball and the first pitch. Nolan's been hit by a pitch, has scored a run, also a strikeout.
Well, I tell you, if you're
Greenfield, you're sick because
you're very frustrated out there. Colton Six and the Greenfield coach and the team, because you just opened the door for the Ironmen here and made it easy for them to score 4 very big runs that could be game-deciding runs.
That pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Six now all of a sudden has made a lot of throws. Here in the first inning and now in the 4th. The Ironmen have done all their damage. They have a 6-2 lead. The pitch is high and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Nolan Johnson up, Gavin Jones on deck.
You know, I don't have a full view of the Greenfield bullpen down there, but I don't believe anybody's warming up.
That pitch is a strike on the outside edge of the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Ryan Simet standing out at second base after a long right center field double. Drove in the run, the 6th run for the Ironmen. That ball is fouled back, out of play. And just misses a car going down here on street. Willow McGraw hustling out there, Pete Wilson, to chase that foul ball down.
Everybody has a role in the McGraw family.
Yes, they do. There's Simets is running, and there's a shot to the shortstop. He backhands it. The long throw is not going to get Nolan. It gets away from the first baseman. Here comes Ryan Simets in. He scores the Ironman's 7th run, and Nolan ends up on second base. That's a base hit, Pete.
It is a base hit for Nolan, and then the run comes in on the throwing error by the shortstop. That was another error for Greenfield there that allowed Green to score.
That was hit deep in the hole to the shortstop. I really don't think he had a chance of getting Nolan thrown out. Ryan Simets was running on the pitch, so when he threw over to first, easily scores the Ironmen's 7th run of the contest. Now the whole Greenfield infield and their head coach is huddled out on the pitcher's mound to talk things over. Nolan Johnson at second base. Still, as you have kept saying, only 1 out in this contest. Jackson has scored 5 times here in the bottom of the 4th.
And
at least now 2 hits.
Yeah, I've got Greenfield for 3 errors in this inning. That's helped. That's helped the Ironmen along the way. A hit by pitch, couple walks.
I'm assuming we're going to see a new pitcher as Cohen 6 is not standing on the mound at the moment. We'll see who the number, it's number 2, I think, is going to start. Nope, number 8 is going to start warming up, and that is Eli Douglas, who has been the left fielder who they have been pinch hitting for. I mean, the designated hitter has been hitting for him. But Eli Douglas will take the mound. That's his first warm-up pitch, so we got a moment here while he gets loosened up. Kind of had a long discussion out there, Pete, before they decided to pick a pitcher.
Well, a lot of pitches, as you said, by Cohen 6, especially here in the 4th inning, where the wheels have definitely come off for Greenfield, and Jackson has taken advantage of it like a good team does.
Ironman hit him really hard in the first inning. Then he actually pitched very solid until here in the bottom of the 4th when the Ironmen have erupted. But the first batter, Tucker Williams, gets on by an error. Then he gets a flyout. So he has an opportunity to get out of the inning, but then it was walk, hit by a pitch, walk. That sealed his fate. A double by Ryan Simets, a single by Nolan Johnson, and the Ironmen all of a sudden have 5 runs on the board and a 7-2 lead.
We'll see how the Ironmen play the situation on the pitching.
It will be interesting, won't it?
Right. Nobody warming up though that I saw out there. And Gavin has pitched 2 innings, but the Ironmen have that 5-run cushion. Do you try to save some pitches for Gavin Jones for maybe later this week?
Or actually, Gavin's only pitched 1 inning.
Oh, 1 inning. Okay.
2 by Eli, 1 by Jensen.
Oh, that's right. Jones has only gone 1 inning.
Yeah. So maybe they're trying to get a few pitches out of him and have him ready to go by maybe Friday. We'll talk to Coach McGraw in the postgame about that and the philosophy of this week, because a lot of games in a very big week of action, and 3 of those games are Frontier Athletic Conference games, 3 of the 4. Gavin Jones had a huge hit in the first inning, drove in 2 runs. He watches the first pitch go by for a strike. New pitcher Eli Douglas on the mound for Greenfield. Nolan Johnson standing out on second base. Ironmen have already got 5 runs in the inning, still only 1 out. There is a ball grounded foul down the third base line. Gavin quickly gets behind 0-2 on the count. The pitch, there's a shot right up the middle by Gavin Jones. Nolan Johnson on the base pass. I don't think they can catch up and get him. They score standing up, and Gavin Jones gets his second hit and his third RBI of the contest. He hit that one on a rope, Pete.
He did. Clean hit all the way, and Nolan Johnson hustling all the way. Scores standing up. By the way, it looks like that Cohen 6 has gone over to first base.
They're not going to take him out. He's their top hitter also. There is a shot by Noah Ernst out into right center field. That's going to get back to the fence. Gavin rounds second, ends up at third. He'll stop there. Noah Ernst coasts in with a double. Runners now on second and third, and Tucker Williams coming up for the second time here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
And do we need to remind you, it all started with a drop ball in fair territory by the catcher.
Yes.
That was when Tucker Williams batted, and you see what's happened since.
Coach McGraw out there on the field. We'll see what he is deciding to do.
Probably a pinch runner.
A pinch runner for Noah Ernst. That pinch runner will be Cooper Markham. Cooper Markham will get an opportunity to replace Noah Ernst at second base. Outstanding hit by Noah Ernst. Second one this inning that has been to right center field and ended up right at the base of the fence. Simeds had that earlier. 1 out only. 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch to Tucker Williams is a strike. The 0-1. He turns and hits a shot down the left field line. Foul by about 4 feet, and that was at the base of the fence. Tucker turned on that one.
Yeah, I thought we might get one off our black monster
Yep.
out there.
Yep. 0-2 the count to Tucker. 8-2 the Ironmen lead. Seconds ago it was a 2-2 ball game going into the bottom of the 4th inning. The Ironmen have put 6 up with still just 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. That pitch is a good scooping catch by the catcher to probably save another run. Caught it on the bounce, fairly outside of the plate.
Right, and on the Telegram side, we're got double coverage here.
You got as good as it gets. Your team is here, Pete.
Sports editor Todd Compton and all-around staff writers / sports reporter Red Thompson Jr.
That pitch is low, gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for runners to advance. 2-2 the count to Tucker. 1 out. Runners on second and third. The pitch is outside. Good backhand by the catcher again. Full count to Tucker Williams. Tucker's had a single and been on by an error, has scored a run, and there is a ball hit to the third baseman. It's right under his glove and into left field. Gavin Jones scores another run. Pinch runner Cooper Markham stops at third base, and Gavin gets on via a second error in this inning. He is now on first base.
Right, I believe that's 3 errors now for Greenfield? 4 errors, I believe, for Greenfield in the inning.
Runners on the corners, still one out. 9-2 is your lead. Bodie Wooford at the plate. That pitch is low.
Well, Bodie definitely wants to get on because he made the first out, and nobody's made one since he batted last.
You did have to remind him of that?
Well, he's due. I'm just...
Ground out, fly out for Bodie, and he is. 1 ball, no strikes.
9 straight have reached one way or another.
That curveball gets away from the catcher. Here comes our runner, and he's going to slide in easily. And the Ironmen score their 8th run. That run was scored by Cooper Markham. Ball outside and in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and the Ironmen get another run in. Tucker Williams ends up at second base. Still a runner in scoring position. Bodie Wooford up. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Right-handed pitcher throws low to Bodie, and it's a 3-0 count. 10-2, the Ironmen lead. That pitch is low and inside, and there's another walk. Runners now on first and second base, and Easton McGraw coming up. Easton walked in this inning and has already scored a run in this inning. Ironmen have not only batted around, Pete, this is the 3rd batter to bat a second time.
Ironmen have broken loose here in the bottom of the 4th. And what was, remember, a 2-2 game as we went to the bottom of the 4th. 8 runs in, and the Ironmen may not be done.
Easton showed bunt, fouled it back. No balls, 1 strike. Runners at first and second. That pitch hits Easton in the shoulder, and that's for the 4th time tonight. An Ironman batter has been hit by a pitch. So all of a sudden, bases are loaded again. Coach McGraw is going to walk in and talk to Garrett Legg.
We may have a pitching change here as Douglas has had no luck at all.
Bases are loaded, and another pitcher coming to the mound. It looks like he's taken the ball away from, that was Eli Douglas.
Number 14.
Ironmen all of a sudden, Pete Wilson, with that 10-2 lead, can be thinking a little bit toward mercy rule. If you get a 10-run lead after 5 innings, this game can be in the books.
Hunter Peabody, the cleanup hitter, and he started out at third base.
I'm sure this is not what Coach Arai from Greenfield has wanted, to have to use multiple pitchers tonight with the Ironmen coming to town tomorrow night. But
Ironmen have had, amazingly, 11 straight reach base now. Make it 10. 10 straight reach base.
Yep. How about 11 out of their 12 batters?
Oh my.
Have reached base. Bases are loaded. There's still only 1 out. Garrett Legg, who started the game in right field and is now on first base as Gavin Jones has gone to the mound for the Ironmen, has pitched the 1 inning. Boy, it's been a long time. It's going to be a long time between pitches for Gavin, if he is to pitch in the next inning.
There is action in the Jackson bullpen down there.
And we'll see who that is. It is Rylan Wyant is warming up in the bullpen. Might see Rylan to start here in the top of the 5th inning. The Ironmen have still more work to do. With bases full, Garrett Legg coming up. Pete, I hate to tell you, but boy, I did a better job than you did on the broadcast so far, as far as getting runs in.
I would tell you what, you did something to the Greenfield pitchers and the defense in that inning.
Yes,
and the Ironmen then added enough fuel to the fire to really make it a special inning.
Honestly, it wasn't a thing I did. The Greenfield pitchers kind of ran out of gas there. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. He does field it cleanly, gets the out at second, and they turn a double play. That does get them out of the inning. but not until the Ironmen put an 8 spot up on the board in the bottom of the 4th inning. So after 4, it is the Jackson Ironmen 10, Greenfield 2. We'll be right back in just 1 minute.
Our family works hard so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50 next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we go to the bottom. Finally, we go to the bottom half, or the top half of inning number 5. The Ironmen explode for 8 runs in that bottom half of the 4th inning to turn a 2-2 deadlock into a 10-2 romp. And accordingly, as we might have thought, Coach Josh McGraw is getting Gavin Jones out of the game, saving him on the pitch count, and he will go with young left-hander in Rylan Wyant. Comes from a good bloodline, the Wyants. A lot of baseball Wyants have come through Jackson High School. One of the most recent ones, Ramey Wyant.
Ramey, outstanding player the last couple years for the Ironman baseball program. Rylan right there. He's a lefty.
Rylan will face the 2-3-4 hitters in the Greenfield lineup. Hudson Lovett, Cohen 6, and Hunter Peabody. Well,
just for interest also, bullpen for the Ironmen still busy as Ashton Seymour down there warming up. And there's a first pitch by Rylan, a fastball.
Yeah, nice pitch right down the middle. Here, this is where you just want to be all business and get it over with. So Rylan in there to throw strikes. Of course, a pitcher always wants to do that, but you don't need to be too finessey at this point.
Don't know, Coach McGraw coming out. Not sure. They're talking. Oh, you know what? Did Noah Ernst maybe lose a contact?
That's what I was kind of wondering there.
They picked something up off the dirt. Coach McGraw comes out. Jason Crawford comes out. Certainly would have to clean that off if it's going back in the eye, if that's what it is. Umpire still has his mask off. Noah has his backed up. Jason Crawford, and now Noah's headed over to the dugout, so I got a feeling Jason Crawford is cleaning off a contact.
I think that's probably what it is.
Top of the 5th inning here at Sparky Howler Field, and the Ironmen trying to go to 7-0 in the Frontier Athletic Conference, Pete Wilson, and pick up their 17th straight win to start this season.
Right, absolutely. You know, who would have ever dreamed that? We knew that this team had high expectations. With the way the Jackson Ironman program has been in recent years. And then on top of that, 6 seniors, all would-be starters. And I tell you what, they have not let anybody down.
How about our softball team? We've gotten to do some softball games this year. Iron Ladies are sitting at 17-4. They have finished their Frontier Athletic Conference schedule. They are 7-3 within the league. They have 2 games this week. Friday, they are at Gallipolis, and Saturday, same day that Athens comes down here to Sparky Howler Field, they will host Notre Dame, who is a notoriously outstanding girls softball team.
Oh my, that absolutely are. Notre Dame, one of the teams that beat Hillsborough early in the season when the Lady Indians actually lost a game. They also lost to one of the Columbus area teams, the big schools.
I think this is correct. Jackson will play Athens at 11 o'clock here on Sparky Howler Field, and then the girls' game against Notre Dame, I think, is a noon first pitch. So a lot of activity going to be here Saturday at Jackson High School area.
Right, and the brackets for the softball, high school softball, came out last Sunday. And Dan, I'm going on memory, but I believe the Iron Ladies got a 2 seed in their bracket, and they, in essence, will not play any sectional games. They automatically will go to the district against the winner of the Waverly-Warren game, which is a first-round game. And that game, by the way, will be at Logan.
Interesting. We'll get details on that as time goes by. Noah Ernst is coming from the dugout, kind of had a grin on his face. I think he's got both eyes back in now. We're assuming it was a contact situation, but they did pick something up off the ground. Jason Crawford took it into the dugout. As valuable as that guy is, he must have got that eye ready to go. Noah's back behind the plate, and here go the Ironmen on an 0-1 count. And Pete, you're up.
And there's the pitch, and swing and a miss. I tell you what, if any position player needs contacts, it's the catcher.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes,
How many broken glasses might you have, even with a face mask? Here is the 0-2 pitch from Rylan Wyatt. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman, Tucker Williams. He's got it on several bounces over to first, out. Yes, that's what we thought. That is out number 1. Hudson Lovett bounces out to Tucker Williams, and this will bring up Cohen 6. Kind of a hard luck pitcher, Dan. Pitched so well there in the second and third innings after giving up 2 runs in the first. Looked pretty tough, actually, and then kind of was undone by not only his own wildness, but some of errors out in the field. Don't know how many runs Jackson scored in that inning that were unearned, but it was a few, I think. The Ironmen just managed to get going on the hitting after Greenfield made some trouble for themselves. And there's a ground ball. I think it's foul.
It is foul by
foul.
inches. Actually felt like it hit the outside edge of the plate, but it was definitely a foul. Or I don't mean the plate, the third base. Once again, Cohen 6, their pitcher, has been their top hitter. Leads this team with 12 RBIs, has had a number of doubles.
Ooh, nice curveball. Broke in on him, of course, coming from the left-hander. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch coming from Rylan Wyatt, and there is a fly ball deep to left field, but Bodie Wooford camping under it, catches it easily out there. Cohen 6 hit it deep, but right at Bodie Wooford, and he makes up the play easily. So 2 up and 2 down for the young left-hander, Rylan Wyatt, and he'll try to get Hunter Peabody out, and if he does, it'll be a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 5th, and Jackson will have a chance to maybe end this game in the bottom of the inning.
Peabody 2 for 2 in the contest, a double and a single.
Takes a fastball for a strike.
Now he's on the mound, or he was to finish that last bit of the bottom of the 4th inning.
Curveball. Oh, beauty.
Was that pretty?
Strike 2. Took a while to get there, but it broke right over the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. That rivaled some of the slow curves that we saw Cohen 6 serve up through Greenfield. Another curveball had him out in front and bounces it into the Jackson dugout. Count stays, no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes Wyatt with the 0-2 pitch again. Fastball stays high and away for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, Dan, we will be back here Saturday morning. We think it's a first pitch 11 o'clock against a pretty good opponent in the Athens Bulldogs, who understand they lead the TVC Ohio. Ground ball, Easton McGraw's got it cleanly. Long throw across the diamond. 1-2-3 inning for Rylan Wyatt in the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's the Jackson Ironmen 10, the Greenfield McClain Tigers. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christ Church in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000. Have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to Egg My Yard.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Ironmen leading 10-2, and as we all know in high school baseball, there is a 10-run mercy run rule, just saying. The Ironmen scored 8 runs in the 4th inning to break up a 2-2 deadlock and put themselves in position to have a mercy run rule victory here. If they do it, they're going to have to do it against Hunter Peabody, who did come in and got Greenfield out of the mess with a double play ball with just a couple pitches. And he will face the top of the order in Jensen Green here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, as the Ironmen are just outs away here from their 17th straight victory to start the season.
Knocking on the door for number 17.
Jensen got on an error, struck out, and fly deep to center field. He does have an RBI. Pitches ball 1. Green, Simons, and Johnson scheduled here in the bottom half of inning number 5. Nice pitch, called ball 2 though. Didn't miss by much. Nice fastball in there, strike 1.
Jensen can pinch hit, switch hit, but he is batting from the left side again.
That pitch is low and inside for ball 3. And Green takes a big cut and fouls it back at the screen for strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes to Jensen Green here to lead off the bottom of the 5th, and that is high and away. And Green starts the bottom of the 5th off with a walk. We've seen a few of those here in the last few innings from the Greenfield pitchers. And this will bring up Ryan Simons. He's had one heck of a game. Single, walk, and double. So he's been on all 4 times. He's scored a run. He's driven in a run.
Actually, 3 times, Pete.
Oh, 3 times. Okay. Double, walk, and single.
Yes.
Okay. 2 for 2.
So has scored 2 runs, has a stolen base. That was a big stolen base when he stole 3rd. Helped us get to the 2 runs in that first inning.
That is hit high in the air. The center fielder, though, is going to have a play. Moves over, under it, and got it for the first out of the inning. Simons finally retired by the Tigers. Johnson has singled, struck out, and been hit by a pitch. He's scored a couple runs and has an RBI.
4 batters today by the Ironmen have been hit by a pitch.
And he almost got hit again. Leans away from that one. Does not get hit, but it was a near brush.
Our last broadcast against Chillicothe, 3 batters got hit by pitch in that game.
Swing and a foul back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch stays high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ironmen need 2 runs here to end this inning. And Nolan Johnson hits it deep to left field, but out of play. Got around on that one, but just cranked it foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had another good cut at a fastball and fouls it out of play. Count still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ironmen will be at Greenfield McClain tomorrow night in the return match. They try to stay in first place in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Runner is going and the ball gets by the catcher. It was low. And
look at this.
And Green is going to try to go to third. Did he get in there?
Yes, he did.
Oh, my gosh. What hustle there by Green.
He never even stopped at second base, Pete, when he saw it get by the catcher.
They had a play on him down there, but the throw was a little low, and that's all that Green needed to be able to slide in there safely. So a stolen base. Well, I guess.
Did you get a wild pitch, then a stolen base?
I'm sorry, a wild pitch, and I got to get him to third somehow. I think it's just a two-base advance on a wild pitch.
Regardless, we got him on the corners, and there's a walk to Nolan and Gavin Jones, who has a 3 RBI night going.
Double, single, fly deep to left, 3 runs batted in. And I believe he does stand to be the winning pitcher if the Ironmen hold on.
1 out, 1st and 3rd. That pitch has him leaning back under the bill of his batting helmet.
Hunter Peabody is the 3rd Greenfield pitcher. Pitch just off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Noah Ernst is on deck. Runners going at second. They do throw down through, and it gets
an interesting
gets by
play.
the second baseman and into score with no problem at all is Jensen
Look at
Green.
this, and here they go.
He's safe. Nolan Johnson is safe.
That is Nolan Johnson's speed right there, folks.
And that is 10 runs right there.
That is the ball game.
So Nolan Johnson just does not stop running the bases like that. And the Ironmen score the 2 runs they needed to score a mercy run rule victory in the inning for Jackson.
How about the running by Jensen to get to third base on the 1 pitch that got through the catcher, and then the running by Nolan Johnson to score all the way as that throw gets away from second baseman.
2 runs. There were no hits. The Ironmen did it with no hits in the inning. And there was 1 Greenfield error and nobody left on base because they all ran home. So the final score in a game that was tight halfway through, the Ironmen win by mercy rule 12-2 over the Greenfield McClain Tigers. In the inning, 2 runs, no hits, 1 error, nobody left on base. The Ironmen win 10-2. We're going to take about a 4-minute break here, and then we'll be back to wrap this one up and talk to Coach Josh McGraw.
Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom prices. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built manufactured homes in southern Ohio with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel. Hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
Hurry down to Stillhouse Rock.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
Southeast.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironmen Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Baby, Ramey's Homes.
Our family works hard so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50 next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we're back here at Dick Sparky Howler Field where the Jackson Ironmen have just completed another Frontier Athletic Conference win. And overall now their 17th straight win to start this season and stay in first place in the Frontier Athletic Conference with 12-2 victory over Greenfield, and we're joined by
Pete, I'm going to give you the honor here as the voice of the Jackson baseball. Coach McGraw just made it up here, and not only did we win another record-breaking 17th straight win for the baseball season, this is a very special night, and the team just honored him out there a moment ago, but this is Coach Josh McGraw's 200th win as a baseball coach. Really something very special. So I'm going to hand the headset to him, and you guys talk about this 12-2 victory for the Ironmen.
Let's see, 200 baseball wins. Have you been
200
around
for
50 years? 50 years, or how long you been doing this?
That's my that was my 200th win at Jackson. I had some elsewhere, but so then 10.5 seasons. That was the number 200. 10 seasons plus 17 games.
All right, well, congratulations. That is an outstanding record. You know, we've talked about this team, what they've been able to do this year, what your program's been able to do the last 4 or 5 years, but now you're coaching 200 wins here at Jackson. Boy, that must make you feel like you're in the right place.
Yeah, it's a special group of young men to get that with. Had a couple-year hiatus, and then COVID hit. So you had 3 straight years where I wasn't the coach at Jackson. But come back in 2021. It's been a very special group of young men. This team right here is one of the reasons I decided to come back. Put a lot of work in. They love baseball, so do I. And I think since then, we're at right around 100 wins in the last 5 years, 100 in the last 100. I don't know. Since 2021, 22, 23, 24, now 25, we're over 125 wins, I think, or right there around them. Very special group of young men. They work hard. I'm glad I got it with these guys. That 200th win is going to be special. I kept a couple of those game balls for my wife and my daughter.
Well, absolutely. I wanted to ask you about that. It looks like you had a little celebration there after the game. They presented something to you. Tell us about that.
I really haven't got a chance to look at it. It's a picture autographed by the players and just says 200 wins. It's one of those things as a coach you try not to get emotional about. Your job is to be kind of stone cold all the time.
Come on.
But yeah, at least my job. Assistant coaches, they're allowed to do that. Head coach got to be the bad guy a lot of times. So kind of just to picture the team autographed by these young men. It's a picture from us in Myrtle Beach, but you're just glad to have that. I kind of forgot. I knew before the game that it was going for 200, and then the game didn't pan out like I'd wanted. I'm not going to lie. So I kind of forgot partway through it and trying to figure out a way to get the win and save pitching, things like that, and it ended up working out okay.
All right, well, you've got to remember, you look up at the scoreboard, if you came late, 12-2, another easy Jackson victory. But actually, more than halfway through, this game was 2-2,
right.
and really in doubt because Cohen 6 was pitching better after getting hit hard in the first inning, and they had scored a couple runs off your pitching.
Yeah.
But this team did what they have done really consistently all year. They won in the late innings, and they pulled away, and they hit the ball, but they certainly took advantage of the mistakes by the other team.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. Make some offensive plays and base running plays, things like that. And if they make a mistake, you got to make teams pay, and that's what good teams do. And this is a great ball club. Great young men, played a lot of baseball in their life, and you can see that they're just excelling right now and doing their thing. 17 wins in a row. That's a testament to our not just our pitching, but our offense, our defense. It's been impeccable. It was tonight. It's just been very special.
Right. I know you're down there coaching at third base, but the players that are running the bases and they're taking an extra base when maybe you wouldn't think they'd be doing that, they've got to have it in their mind to be aggressive to start off with.
They do. And we have a philosophy, you're never going to get in trouble for being aggressive, even if you make an out. There's a situation, I think, on a wild pitch, we scored 2 runs. They kind of threw the ball away. Braden Manring, got a big jump out there at second base. I hollered back, and, he went. Because that's our coaching philosophy is it's okay. I'll guide you in that situation, but ultimately, you're making your decision right there. Jensen, going first to third on a wild pitch, and we don't even have a big backstop. It's a mindset. Guys are ready to go and get fired up and run some bases like that. They do a great job.
All right, and of course, it was your 17th straight win. You add another one to the belt there. Another Frontier Athletic Conference win, but Dan and I talked about it, during the game. Miami Trace hanging right in there.
Yeah.
Only one loss all year, one loss behind you in the loss column, and you've got them coming up twice in the next week.
We do. It's a great ball club, great coaching. You know what you're going to get every time you play them. You're going to have to show up. If you don't, you're not going to win. We got them Friday and Tuesday. You try not to look to that because you got to try to take care of business with McClain again tomorrow at their place, and their place is a tough place to play baseball. Long drive, things like that. There's a lot of things that come into play. So hopefully you get off that bus tomorrow and go to work. But if it all works, get the win tomorrow, and then kind of set your sights on Miami Trace on Friday. You'll sit down and figure out who's pitching, things like that. But we're going to have Gavin and Tucker going against Miami Trace Friday and Tuesday. We'll see who throws, what game where. It was nice. Gavin only threw 11 pitches tonight. So whether he throws tomorrow or Friday, we'll sit down and figure that out. And I like our chances with those two men on the mound.
Right, and of course you did bring, I know you weren't planning on doing it, but you bring Gavin in the middle of the game in a critical time, 2-2. It looked like 6 was settling down their way. Greenfield is not Miami Trace, but a loss to them hurts just as much. So you get through that inning, but then after you score all those runs in the 4th inning, you know that you can get by with Gavin just throwing 11 pitches. What does that mean as far as his availability the rest of the week?
I'll sit down tonight and figure out if he's going to throw tomorrow or he'll throw Friday. And if he throws Friday against Miami Trace, that means Tucker will throw tomorrow. A lot of it has to do with how Tucker feels. Is he ready to go tomorrow? And that's one of the reasons Gavin didn't start tonight and Tucker didn't start tonight, is just because they needed. It was a weird couple of weeks. We got 6 league games in 12 days. You can't throw your 1 and 2 every game. You have to try to find a way to get through a game without them. We brought guys in, did a great job. After took Gavin out, we got a lot of runs, and Wyant came in and he was a dog on the mound. He was awesome. He showed me a lot. That was great. Jensen did a great job tomorrow. So we got those guys too. Those are great pitchers. We'll go out and we made a couple mistakes to give them their 2 runs, or they probably wouldn't have had any. Kind of threw the ball away a little bit, had a couple guys picked off and didn't get them. Kind of made some mistakes there, but we'll fix that. That's easy to fix. It's a mental. We'll fix that. And Eli, he was throwing a lot of strikes. But my goal with him today is not get him over 50 pitches, because the problem with all these rainouts is some of the pitchers aren't in great shape because they haven't thrown since Myrtle. They're in good shape, but you can't throw a kid who hadn't thrown in a week and a half out there for 100 and some pitches, because you'll lose him for the year. He'll be sore. It'll take a week and a half for him to heal up, and we can't have that, because we got, I think we got 10 more ball games or 9, and we got to have all our guys ready to go. So everybody came out of this game healthy, got a win. That's big.
Absolutely. Well, once again, much to celebrate. 17 in a row, another Frontier Conference athletic victory. You're still in first place, and 200 coaching wins at Jackson.
You,
Congratulations, sir.
I appreciate you.
All right. Well, very good. Once again, the Jackson Ironmen defeat the Greenfield McClain Tigers 12-2 in 5 innings. They will go on to Greenfield tomorrow night. They'll be back here at Haller Field on Saturday against the Athens Bulldogs. Come out to that one. That will be senior day.
6 very special seniors.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, that's one of the reasons we're 17-0 in addition to coach.
No question about it, Pete Wilson. So fun baseball still coming up. A lot of baseball still for our Ironmen, as they have backloaded this schedule too a little bit. As you said, Coach McGraw wants games before the tournament starts. And right now we got them. We just need weather to cooperate.
All right. Well, very good. Well, for Dan Morrow, for our tech crew, for the sponsors, for you fans out there that watched or listened in.
One last shout out for Total Media. Tune in Pete Wilson tonight. They will be bringing election returns. You said coming on at 8 o'clock. You and your team. So full day of work for Pete Wilson today, but an excellent job all the way around.
All right. Well, maybe there'll be pizza there. Who knows? Well, all right. Well, thank you very much, Dan Morrow, for that. And good evening, everybody. And once again, congratulations to the Ironmen on yet another victory. They're 17-0, and to Coach Josh McGraw, 200 wins at Jackson. Good evening, everybody.
Thanks for watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.